Hi students, a very pleasant and warm greetings to you all. Hope you are doing good. Last session we have seen about e-commerce, right? And in this session we are going to start to see about e-commerce revenue models. Okay, here about the revenue models in this electronic commerce only we are going to see, right? Apart from the normal selling of things, nowadays we have many ways where the company makes money through online, right? The other form of this electronic commerce activities only here we are going to see, right? Affiliate site is a form of the third party which is marketing a product of a particular owner, right? So this will be based on the performance, and this affiliate site will be maybe a price comparison service, or it will be the shopping review site, or it will be a blog which contain a link uh, which has the normal retailing site, and this will be paid when a customer makes a purchase through that particular link, right? This affiliate site usually will be a attractive one for the visitors, and it will offer many details about some specific product or a specific thing, and this will make the people to purchase the thing even if it is not needed for them, right? So it will give an attractive look. And the next one is auction site. This is a kind of website that auction items on the internet, and some other commissions from the sales also will be here, right? The example they have given is eBay. You would have heard about this eBay, right? This is a shopping website, and this is a auction website, right? And the next one is banner advertisement site. Banner advertisement site means when you open a site, you would have seen some sites will be displaying the advertisements of some other companies in its website, right? So through that way also they'll be earning some revenue there, right? When that ad is published in their website, that particular advertising company will be giving amount to that website, right? So when we visit that website, we'll be viewing that advertisements also, right? And the next one is bulk buying sites. Collect a number of users together where everyone wants to buy similar items. That means here the site will negotiate a discount with the supplier, and it will take the commission also, right? Here www.alibaba.com, in this website if you see, this is a bulk buying site, right? So this will collect a number of users together. If someone needs many products, means if someone needs 10 watches and another one person need 5 watches, another one person need 1 watches, means this site will collect those users together, and they'll be giving the similar products. So this won't need a discount there, and that particular site or that supplier won't be giving the discount and will take the commission also, right? So this is bulk buying sites. And the next one is digital publishing sites. Digital publishing sites means this is effectively host the ebooks or magazines through online, right? They make the profits in number of ways, like they'll be selling those things or they'll be advertising and all. For example, if you see wordpress.org, this site and all will be having ebooks or e-magazines, right? We can just view it through online, or we can just buy those uh, books online, and they'll be getting the profit when they buy a product or a book or a magazine, or through the advertisements also, right? And the next one is licensing sites. That licensing site means this allows other websites to make use of their software, right? Here if you see, for example, search engines which allow a visitor of the site to search within the website more easily, right? If you are searching one thing in Google, it will be easy to search inside the Google only, right? If you are going to Internet Explorer and searching something, you won't be getting the specified thing which you are searching for. But when you search inside the search engine, this will allow the visitor of that site to search within the website more easily, right? So this licensing sites will allow the other websites to make use of their software, right? And the next one is name your price sites. These are just like normal retail sites only. Here, what will happen means the buyer will negotiate with the retailer for a particular service or a particular thing or a particular product, right? Here, the example is https://in.hotels.com. That means here we can give the specified amount here. We can give either above 2000 or below 10,000 or above 10,000. That likewise you can just give the amount you are for which you are searching a hotel or some tickets or some a resort or somewhere to go somewhere or something. We'll just give the amount there, and according to that amount the things will have used make my trip and all, right? Here first you have to give your specified date and your specified amount, how much you are planning, for how much amount you are planning to have a trip. Like that, when you give the amount, it will give you the suggestions under that particular amount, right? So they, if you are giving above 1000 and below 2000 means it will give a list of hotels where the charge is above 1000 and below 2000, right? So, and you can change that filter or you can change that amount uh, chart, and also you can search it, right? This is name your price site. Okay. The next one is online shopping mall sites. This will allow multi electronic commerce traders to assemble together on a single website. That means online shopping mall site means, mall means we know many shops will be there inside a particular mall, right? Likewise, here also in a single website, many e-commerce traders will be assembled together and they'll be selling their products. So that when a person is coming inside that website, they can see all sorts of products there and they can purchase their needs inside that website itself, right? Often these sellers would be related to each other. For example, they may all sell the luxury goods, or sometimes they'll be having the textile items. Likewise, they'll be having some relation between them, and this site would take a percentage of their profit also, right? So that's all about this sites, right? E-commerce revenue models. Here we have seen about affiliate site, auction site, and then we have seen about banner advertisement site, bulk buying site, digital publishing site, licensing site, name your price site, and online shopping mall site, right? Now we are going to see about comparison between traditional commerce and e-commerce. Okay, traditional commerce means we all know we'll go to a shop, give the amount and buy the product which you need, right? E-commerce means the same thing, we are buying something through online or we are getting a service through online, right? This e-commerce is not just commerce anymore. Even though they share the primary principle of buying and selling goods and services, there is a difference between this traditional commerce and e-commerce, right? Let's see the difference here. Traditional commerce means buying or selling of the service or a product physically. We'll be going and getting the product, or someone will be coming to us and giving the product, we'll be giving the money, right? That is traditional commerce. They'll be keeping a shop or they'll be keeping a store in which they are having the products, and will be reaching them and will be give the amount and will be getting the product or the service physically. E-commerce means this carries out the commercial transaction, that is through online. This is done electronically on the internet, right? And the second point is customer can face to face identify, authenticate and talk to that merchant. That means when you are buying a product from a seller, you can just see them directly and you can just ask them all the doubts and you can just face them and you can just get the product, right? Here, no, neither the customer nor the merchant can see each other, right? We can just ask some queries there through online, but we cannot see the seller or the seller cannot see the customer directly face to face, right? That is in e-commerce. Then the third point in traditional commerce is physical stores are not feasible to be open at all times. That means if it is a store, it will have a particular time limit, right? If it is a big store, they'll be having shift and all. Yeah, sometimes some pharmacy and all will be working for 24 hours. But normal stores, if a person is keeping a shop, that single person can't run it for 24 hours, right? So they'll be having the specified time, that is from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like that, they'll be having a specific time where that physical store will be open, right? But here in e-commerce, it is always available all the time and all days of the year. That means um, even after 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at the night also you can just shop from the online websites. That is, e-commerce is available for all time, and this traditional commerce is available only for a specific time, right? And next point in this traditional commerce is products can be inspected physically before purchase. Here in e-commerce, products cannot be inspected physically before purchase. That means when you're going to a shop and getting something, before getting that product, you can just touch it, or if you are buying a mobile, you can just see that, right? Or you can just, sometimes they'll be having a demo piece. So you can use it also. You can just try to use it and you can select the one which you feel comfortable, right? If you are buying a watch, you can just take the watch and put it in your hand and you can just see whether it looks good, and then you can just finalize the purchase in this traditional commerce. But here in e-commerce, this products cannot be inspected physically. We cannot touch or take the watch in our hand and we cannot inspect it, right? We can just see the picture of it. Some websites will have the customer images also, so we can just see that images online and we have to just purchase it. After we are paying it, or after we purchase it only, we'll be getting that product in our hand, right? And next one is scope of business is limited to particular area. Here in e-commerce, scope of business is global. Vendors can expand their business worldwide. Here in traditional commerce, scope of business is limited to particular area, means if there is a shop or a store, only the people from a particular area will be able to come and purchase in that particular shop, right? If you are having a shop in Tamil Nadu, no one will come to purchase from your shop from other countries, right? It is difficult. Only whoever is staying in and around that shop only, in that area and around that area only, they'll be coming and purchasing it. But in e-commerce, if you see, if you are selling a product through online, even in other states and other countries also, they may be willing to purchase your product. They can see through the website and they can order it, and the products can be shipped to any places, right? So this e-commerce business is global. Here this traditional business is limited, right? Traditional commerce is limited to a particular area. E-commerce business is global. Here it can be done worldwide also, right? The next point in traditional commerce is resource focus supply side, and e-commerce is resource focus on demand side. Here a resource will be focused on the supplying side. Someone will be supplying, right? So due to that, according to that supply side only, this resource will be focused. Here in this e-commerce, if you see, resource will be focused on the demand side. That means if many people are purchasing a particular brand product, means that according to that demand only, this resource will be focused, right? And the next one is business relationship is linear. That means in traditional commerce, this business relationship will be linear, and this e-commerce, if you see, business relationship is end to end. That means you are just reaching the seller, and and you are paying the amount to that seller, and that seller will be sending the product to you. It will come from that end to this end, right? Here in this traditional commerce, it will be linear. Sometimes owner will be there and some agent will be getting the product, and agent will be having it, and you will be seeing the agent and you will be buying the product, right? The next one is marketing is one way of marketing, alright? And in e-commerce, one-to-one marketing. Here, marketing is the one way of marketing. If you are not doing the marketing also, here in this traditional commerce, you'll be having a shop, and of course, the people around your shop will be knowing about you, and they'll be coming and purchasing if they are in need of that particular product, right? Here, one-to-one marketing. E-commerce is done only through the marketing, right? And the next one is payment is made by cash, check or cards also. In any ways also in this traditional commerce, payments can be made. But in this e-commerce, payment system is mostly through the credit card, debit card or the fund transfer and all, right? Here in this traditional commerce, if you see, you can just have the cash or check and you can just hand it over to the shopkeeper or the seller and you can just get your product or the service. But when this sale is done through online, you have to pay the amount, right? You can pay it only through the card or the fund transaction, or sometimes COD will be there. If cash on delivery is there, you will be able to give the amount when getting the product. For all the products, we can't be expecting for COD. Only for particular products, they'll be having the COD, right? And the last point they have given in this comparison between traditional commerce and e-commerce is most goods are delivered instantly. In traditional commerce, most goods are delivered instantly, and in e-commerce, it takes time to transport goods, right? Here in traditional commerce, you are going to a shop and you are giving the amount and you are getting that product. So, when you are giving the amount, that product is yours and you will be receiving that product, right? But in this e-commerce, it will be according to the distance, right? If you are purchasing a product from some other country, you'll be transacting your money to that particular site, and it may take time to ship that product to your doorstep, right? So this will take time for the transport of that product or the goods, right? Here in traditional commerce, the delivery is instant, right? And let's see the advantages and disadvantages of this e-commerce. Okay, here everything will have advantages and disadvantages, right? Here also we have some pros and cons for this e-commerce, which affect the three major stakeholders, that is consumers, business organizations and society. Okay, the following are the advantages and disadvantages or the consumers. Okay, for the consumers, let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages. First is advantage. E-commerce system is operated on all day and all day, 24 bar 7, 24 hours also. All day, all time this e-commerce is done, right? Neither consumer or maybe a supplier need a physical store to be opened to do the business electronically. People can interact with the businesses at the time of their convenience, right? They don't need to wait for the people to open the store. They are just purchasing through online, right? So they can just chat, or they can just ask about the product through online at any time when they are convenient with it, right? And the next one is speed is the major advantage in e-commerce. Advanced electronic communication system allow the messages to reach across the world instantaneously. That means as soon as you are sending the message, it will be reached to the other end, right? There is no need to wait for days for a catalog to arrive by post and all. Communication delay is not a part of this internet or this e-commerce world, right? The internet is too easy to shop around, because for products or maybe for the services, this may be for cheaper price, and they'll be having effective things than left to buy on only on in a brick or or in a mortar shop and all. This will provide an opportunity to buy at reduced cost. So when you see a product online, you can just uh, check for the cheapest price in the online itself, and you can find which site is giving you the cheapest product, or the product at the same product at the cheapest cost, and you can buy in that particular website, right? This is possible to explore the internet, identify the original manufacturers thereby, and bypass wholesalers and achieve at a cheaper price, right? The whole world becomes a shop for the today's customers. Since we are doing it online, we can get any products from any of the country, right? They can have wide choices, by comparing and evaluating the same product at different websites before making the purchase decision, right? So since you are buying it online, we can just visit all the websites for the particular product and they can just get the product for cheap price and with a good quality, right? Customers can shop from home or anywhere at their convenience. They don't need to long wait to talk to the salesman. They can read the details regarding the model numbers, price, features, and the specifications of the product and the product from the website, and they can buy at their own convenience, right? Payments can also be done through online, right? So this is a advantage of this e-commerce, right? If you are going and getting a thing from a shop, you have to ask the salesman and the salesman will give you the product and you have to ask for the specifications. You have to check for all the things. After the sales, when the salesman is free only, he'll be giving you the answer, right? But in this e-commerce, the product will be there and the description about the product will be given with the product itself and you can just read it whenever you are free, right? For this, you don't need to spend a specific time. When you are after the work, when you are just traveling home in a bus or a car, in that time also you can just view the site and see the product's description and you can just search for the cheapest price and for the better quality products or the services and you can just do the shopping and the payment is also done online, right? And let's see the disadvantages of this e-commerce. Okay, this e-commerce is often used to buy goods that are not available locally but from business all over the world, right? This e-commerce is done first and all. If you see, if you are getting a product in a nearby shop, we won't be preferring to buy that product online, right? If you are not getting a particular product in the nearby shops, we'll be preferring for online purchase, right? Physical goods need to be transported, which takes time and cost money also. For shipping also, they'll be asking money, right? Here, when you are going to a shop and getting a product, you can just pay the amount for that particular product and you can get the product. Here, uh, if you see in e-commerce, you have to pay the amount for the particular product and also you have to pay the shipping cost also. So for sending that particular product from their end to our hand, we have to pay the amount for shipping also, right? In traditional commerce, when we walk out of a shop with an item, it's ours. We have it. We know what it is and where it is and how it looks. But here in this e-commerce, we should wait to get the product in hand. Sometimes some e-commerce company handle this by engaging the customer by updating the status of their shipments also. That means some of the websites are having the tracking details. As soon as you pay it, you can just view where is your product. When that product is shipped from one place and when it reaches another one place and when it reaches your country or when it reaches your state, you will be getting notified or you can just track, you will be having a number and using that tracking code, you can just track your product, right? But also after making payment also the product won't be ours. Only after we get it, the product will be ours, right? Here in this e-commerce. That is a disadvantage only. In traditional commerce, if you see, as soon as making the payment, you'll be getting the product in your hand and it will be yours, right? Unlike returning goods to a traditional shop, returning goods through online is believed to be an area of difficulty. Sometimes if you are getting a product from the shop, if you are seeing some disadvantage in that product and if you are giving it back here, not like returning the goods in a traditional shop, returning goods through online is a bit difficult, right? You can just give return, but the doubts about the period of returning will be returned goods, reach the source in time, refund, exchange, and this postage and all make ourselves tired, right? Some products will have recently I bought a product online and that product had a return also. It is not correct for me and I just returned it. Next day itself they came and they got it back and the and that day itself they gave the refund also. But in some sites if you see return will be there for only 3 days or 7 days. within that return must be done, right? That means when you are getting the product, when you are receiving the product, you have to, as soon as you are seeing it, you have to check the product, and if you don't, if you are not satisfied, you have to book the return. Only some products will have the return facility. If return facility is there also, we can't say at which time that return will be, whether the return will be accepted. Our reason should be genuine, and that return, that refund, the amount must be refunded. That is little difficult in this e-commerce, right? Not in all websites, in some websites, right? Privacy issues are serious in this e-commerce. Here in e-commerce, generating consumer information is inevitable. Not all the companies use the personal information they obtained to improve services to consumers. Many companies misuse the information, and they may take that information and make money out of it, right? It is true that privacy concern is a critical reason why people get cold feet about online shopping. That means nowadays also, if you see, most of the people won't prefer online shopping, right? Because when you do online shopping, you have to give your details. When you are doing an online transaction, you are giving your banking details, net banking details, and all. If some of your details are saved in some particular sites, they may take that take some amount, some extra amount also. Not in all the sites, rarely in some um, cheating sites and all are there. That sites and all, if you see, they'll be getting your personal details, and they may use it wrongly, or they may do the banking or internet transactions, and you'll be having some problem, right? So this may happen. So you have to go for a verified or certified online website only when you buy a product, or when you give the your details, right? Physical product disputes are a major disadvantage in this e-commerce. Here the purchases are often made on trust only. This is because we don't have a physical access to the product, right? We don't touch it. Though this internet is effective a channel for visual and auditory, that is, when to see and also to hear the information, it does not allow full scope of our sense, right? We can just see the pictures of the product, but we cannot just touch it, right? When you are getting a perfume also, we can just see that. We cannot smell the fragrance. When you see the picture of a cloth, we can just see that. We cannot find its quality, or we cannot find its thickness, right? If you want to inspect something, we choose what we look at and how we look at it. But in this online shopping, we would see only the pictures the seller had chosen for us, right? People are often much more comfortable in buying the generic goods. Here, that they have seen or experienced before, or in which there is a little ambiguity. That means rather than unique or complex things through this internet, right? We couldn't think of ordering a single ice cream or a coffee from a shop in Paris. Though specialized and refrigerated transport can be used, goods bought and sold through internet need to survive the trip from the supplier to the consumer, right? We cannot get ice cream or a coffee, right, from Paris. The product must survive the shipping also. It may take 1 week, 2 weeks, or it may come within one day, or it may take 1 month also, right? According to the distance. So this makes the customer turn back towards the traditional supply chain arrangements only for this non-durable goods and all, or this perishable goods and all, right? Delivery ambiguity. Since the supplying business can be conducted across the world, it can be uncertain whether they are genuine business or just going to take our money, and if they are not giving our product. So we'll be having a little fear in getting products through online only. It is pretty hard to knock on their door to complain or seek legal resources. Further, even if the item is sent, it is easy to start bothering whether or not it will ever arrive on time, right? We can just purchase it. We can just pay our money, and we can just order our product. And we don't know when if a website is not having the tracking details or the facility to track, means we'll be just ordering the product and we'll be waiting in our home only. We don't know whether that product is sent, whether that product will reach us, or whether they are going to take our money whether we'll be fooled or whether we'll be getting the product. We have to just stay with faith only, right? So the better way is to prefer the certified or the verified online shopping sites only for the online purchase, right? So we have come to the end of this e-commerce chapter. Here they have given a case study also. Steps to start a e-business. They have given the steps to start electronical commerce, right? E-business here in page number 217, right? So make sure you read this chapter today before learning about electronic payment systems. That is the next chapter. Before going to our next chapter, make sure you read this chapter and read this traditional versus e-commerce, traditional commerce and e-commerce comparison, and read this case study also, right? Know what are the steps to start the e-business also, right? Thank you for your valuable time. Stay home, stay safe, take care, bye.